When Lajos Vitez gets his gun out, the local wildlife had better look out. But today he's not interested in deer or bears. He set his sights instead on the local shepherds, or more precisely, their dogs. Are there more of them than legally allowed? Are they too far away from the herd? If so, they're fair game.
You should keep your dogs on a chain and obey the law.
This is private land, not a hunting ground. You should be hunting up there in the forest.
2 dogs can go with the sheep, the rest stay here tied up.
If a bear attacks my sheep, will you pay for the loss? Or if a horse gets killed?
There's no point in talking to people who have only been to the village school. I should just call the police, and get him fined, and shoot the additional dogs he shouldn't have.
Talk like this certainly hasn't made the hunter any friends back down in the valley. The village of Szekelydobo is home to some 800 people, most of whom live from farming. They put their herds out to pasture in the surrounding mountains, and they loathe the hunters with a passion.
The hunting clubs earn millions of euros from visitors from abroad who come to hunt deer and bears here. But if our cows or sheep fall victim to the wolves and bears, that's considered irrelevant.
The resentment runs deep. The life of a shepherd is hard, but at least they could always rely on their sheepdogs to keep away predators. Fighting against EU legislation is proving a lot more difficult. The shepherds even struggle to maintain the hygiene standards required by EU law. Their traditional work as nomadic herdsmen has become virtually impossible. And they say they can't even earn enough money to live on.
We go to bed at 1 a.m. and get up again at 5. It's not worth it anymore. We're at the bottom rung of society.
But hunter Lajos Vitez has little sympathy. Fresh bear tracks that scare the shepherds are welcome news for him. He leased the land from the government for hunting purposes, and he's pleased to have 100 bears here. He shows us a plum tree that was plundered by a mother bear and 2 cubs. But bears aren't just vegetarians. Every year, hundreds of sheep and cattle fall victim to predators in the mountains.
They blame us hunters for the bears, but the herdsmen are just lazy. They don't guard their herds properly.
The carcass of a cow shows what can happen when a bear is feeling really hungry. For the hunter, it indicates that there are strong adult bears in the forest. Just what he wants.
We want to be able to offer our guests valuable trophies. That's the only way our hunting club can survive. We have to protect our stocks from the shepherds.
Lajos Vitez lives right nearby. 3 of his dogs have been killed in the past 6 months, reportedly because they killed young deer. The shepherd says his dogs are well fed, and he doesn't believe they'd kill deer. But what they get is low-calorie whey, left from the sheep's milk after making cheese. The shepherd says the law is to blame for limiting the number of guard dogs allowed and leaving the hunters to enforce the law.
The people in charge up there have no idea about life in the mountains. You can't survive up here without dogs. We need the dogs to fight off predators. We humans are helpless otherwise. Politicians just don't get it.
But his dogs will now get a bit of respite. The hunter has to back off for a while. He's facing charges of wanton killing of sheepdogs. He's seeking to gather video evidence to fight his case. And so the battle goes on between hunters and herdsmen in Romania's Carpathian Mountains.